If you've ever thought about getting your hearing checked, but you've been putting it off because you don't know what's going to happen, or you're scared, or you'll be pressured into doing something you don't want to do, this video is for you. So a lot of people imagine a hearing test is just a setup to sell them hearing aids and that they're not ready for. Many people feel like they're being drug in by the spouse or loved one, and some people worry they'll be judged. Others worry they'll hear something they're not prepared for, or worse, will give their spouse ammo and the ability to say, "I told you so." So today I want to walk you through exactly what should happen at your first hearing evaluation, step by step, so you can walk in confident, calm, and informed. Hi, I'm Matt, a retired audiologist, and this is Sound Solutions. I'm not here to sell you hearing aids. I'm here to help you hear better. Whether you're thinking about hearing aids or you're currently wearing, or maybe you're just starting and wondering if you need them at all. So let me show you what should happen and what's a red flag if it doesn't. The first thing that should happen during your hearing evaluation has nothing to do with machines. It starts with a conversation. I recommend you get there a bit early so you can fill out the intake questionnaire. In my practice, this was very important. So that we had a clear picture of your situation. A good provider should ask questions like, what made you schedule this appointment? What situations are hardest for you? Are they restaurants, TV, phone calls? Dig a little deeper. Do other people complain that you don't hear them? Do you feel tired or frustrated after listening? This is important because hearing loss isn't just about volume. It's mostly about clarity. Energy, social confidence, and how much mental effort you're using just to follow a conversation. If the appointment feels rushed right from the start, it's not a great sign, but let's get through the test results first. Next, they should review your medical and hearing history. You probably listed it on the intake, but I always like to talk it through with the patient. This includes things like past ear infections, ear surgeries, tinnitus, ringing, dizziness, balance issues, family history of hearing loss. They should also talk about your noise exposure. And were you in the military, law enforcement, construction, factories, work, firearms, power tools? All this stuff matters because noise-related hearing loss can be different than age-related hearing loss. And it affects how hearing aids or any treatment should be selected and programmed. Before any test tones start, they should physically look inside your ears. This is done with a small lighted instrument called an otoscope. They're checking for things like wax buildup, infection, fluid, eardrum damage. And yes, sometimes the entire problem is wax and can take care of it right there. I've had many patients who thought they had hearing loss and walked out better hearing after a simple cleaning. If no one looks in your ears before testing, that's another huge red flag. Now comes the part most people expect, the actual hearing test. You'll sit in a quiet room or a booth wearing headphones. You'll hear a series of beeps at different pitches and volumes, and you'll press a button or raise your hand when you hear them. This test measures how soft a sound you can hear across low, mid, and high frequencies. This is what creates your audiogram, which is the hearing graph, and they should show this to you after the test is complete. An important reminder here, there are no right or wrong answers. You're not going to be graded, you're just responding to what you hear or don't hear. After the tones, there should be speech testing. This is where words are played through the headphones, and you repeat back what you hear. This part is critical because most people don't struggle with the beeps. They struggle with the speech, especially speech and background noise. Good testing helps separate I can hear sounds from I can understand words. If speech testing is skipped or minimized, you're missing a huge part of the picture. In my practice, we also used a test called the Quicksand. This was a speech in noise test that helped determine how much trouble you may have in noisy situations. Not every clinic does this test, and if it was me, I would ask if they have it available. Once the testing is done, your provider should sit down with you and explain the test results in language that you can actually understand. During the explanation, you shouldn't feel pressure. You should understand if you have hearing loss or not, what type it is, whether it's sensorineural, conductive, mixed. Is it mild, moderate, or more advanced? And how does it affect real-world listening? Most importantly, they should connect the test results to the problems you described earlier. If the test doesn't match your experience, that conversation should happen. There's something most people don't realize. A good hearing evaluation does not automatically mean hearing aids. Sometimes the recommendation is more monitoring or communication strategies, assistive devices, hearing protection, a medical referral, and yes, hearing aids when appropriate. If hearing aids are discussed, you should feel educated and not sold. You should understand why they're being recommended, what level of technology fits your needs, what successes realistically look like, and what the next steps are without any pressure. In my practice, we offer demonstrations. If they offer that, I highly recommend you take them up on it. I always said, you don't know what you don't know. A demo of the hearing aid is the only way you're going to know if they're going to work. Whether or not you proceed with hearing aids, when you leave your first hearing evaluation, you should walk out with a clear understanding of your hearing, a copy of your test results, a plan, whether it's treatment now or later, and confidence and not fear. If you leave feeling confused, rushed, or pressured, that experience missed the mark. If you've been putting off a hearing test because you didn't know what to expect, hopefully now you do. A hearing evaluation should feel supportive, educational, and centered on you and not a product. And remember, getting your hearing checked doesn't make you weak, it actually makes you smart. You have educated yourself. If this video helped you feel more prepared, tap the like because it really helps more people find this channel. And if you want more clear, honest guidance about hearing aids, and hearing health, subscribe to Sound Solutions. I'll see you in the next video.